your dog refusing to go potty in the rain? You can't blame them. Nobody really likes to get wet. If you have a dog that doesn't like to go out when it's raining, the situation may be quite frustrating to deal with, especially on those days when the wet weather stays steady and never seems to stop. But why does my dog dislike wet weather so much? There may be several reasons why your puppy or dog doesn't like to potty in wet weather. In some cases, there may be multiple underlying causes at play. Here are a few possibilities. Reason number 1, lack of exposure. Many dogs weren't exposed to rain when they were puppies, so they grow up not being used to the sensation of getting wet. Reason number 2, negative experiences. Using a squirt bottle to correct dogs or exposing them to scary situations may cause them to dislike water and the sensation of getting wet. Reason number 3, sensing our frustrations. When we get frustrated when our dogs won't potty in wet weather, we can make matters even worse. Dogs easily pick up on our moods and reactions, so they may learn that rain is bad and should be avoided at all costs. On top of this, if your dog is tentative about going out when it's raining and you get all upset and scold him, your dog may start associating wet weather with bad things. Reason number 4, our overreactions. Some people avoid the rain as much as possible when walking their dogs and avoid puddles like if they were the plague. The fact that we make a big deal about getting wet can affect how our canine companions experience weather as well. Ways to get your dog to potty in the rain. Following are 10 tips on how to get your dog to start going potty in the rain. Tip number 1, get your dog used to rain. This should ideally start when dogs are still puppies. Use a garden hose to mimic rain or take advantage of a rainy day. Encourage your puppy or dog to join you and make it look like it's super fun. Even if your dog first appears shy of the water, it may only take them a few minutes to warm up to it. Of course, never force them to engage in play if they're absolutely uncomfortable. Try slowing down a bit and start with minor activities. Work your way up to more exposure. Tip number 2, get your puppy used to getting wet. On top of getting your puppy or dog used to rain, you would also want to get him used to getting his coat drenched with water and getting baths. Make bath time super fun by massaging your dog and singing silly songs, and making your dog overall feel super special. Give him toys and feed him some treats too. Tip number 3, make puddles fun. Who said that puddles should be avoided? Puddles can be super fun. Make sure to include walking in puddles among the many fun activities you can offer. Tip number 4, feed them on wet grass. Rain is often not the only problem with dogs that hate water. Many dogs also seem to hate walking on wet grass. Well, guess what? You can classically condition your dog to love wet grass. If it has not rained recently, wet the grass with a garden hose and put your dog's food bowl down or toss some treats around. You can also play a fun game of fetch on the grass. Your dog will start to associate the wet grass with food or other fun things. Tip number 5, let them walk. Walking stimulates elimination. Take your dog for a walk in the rain. Sooner or later, the urge for them to potty will come, so be patient. It may be tough at first, but your dog will get used to the rain and the time it takes for them to go potty will gradually shorten. Tip number 6, invest in a large umbrella. If you're looking for shortcuts, using an umbrella may work. Doggy boots may be helpful as well, in addition to a dog raincoat. But be aware, your dog may get used to these items and could go back to refusing to potty if one of them isn't available at a given time. Don't have an umbrella? Get your dog a nice raincoat instead. Tip number 7, use a covered area. It's not a bad idea to take your dog to a covered area to go potty. Look for a tree with thick foliage, a carport, or build an area that covers a suitable substrate that you can bring your dog to when it rains. Of course, if you're using a public place, don't forget to pick up after your dog. Tip number 8, Wait until your dog really needs to go. This approach may work in some cases. If it's raining outside, delay your dog's potty time. Instead of going out at 9 p.m., take your dog out at 10:30 p.m. or wait until your dog goes to the door. At this point, the urge to potty may override their fear of rain. Tip number 9. Train your dog to go potty on command. This will help your dog adapt the behavior of going potty to different situations, places, and scenarios. This is a very helpful cue. Go potty. Good boy. Tip number 10. Be patient. Do your best to be patient with your dog, as your frustration will only make matters worse. Frustration will make your dog think you're angry at him, which inhibits his behavior, or he may come to associate the rain and wet weather with your anger. With a little attention and patience, your dog can learn to potty in wet weather. If you are diligent about your training and choose one of the methods above, or maybe more of them, you will likely be successful in your efforts. Happy training! Please like us and subscribe for more fascinating dog discoveries.